Certain water. Yes, yes. The game. Princess. Yes, I know how it works.
Your Honor, you're here to...
Yes, I know. You gotta...
Seriously?
Yes.
Fine. Good. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking. You're really keen on... Your silence is deafening. But fine. Oh, would you look at that? There's always a choice. Let me tell you right and here. At first, it's... But as you've doomed us all. You lose track of just...
The strangers.
Your Honor, you're here to sleep.
Oh, yeah, okay.
A terrible sense of... If he doesn't remember what happened, then... I don't know. I think it's more fun. The entire world ending was... If by ruining my day, the world hasn't ended yet.
Actually, yeah.
A warning. She will lie if we ignore him. Let's...
Is there no
The
choice?
cabin interior is the only furniture. The blade is your... If he wants us to take it... No, I've already told you. You can't just say that. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as fact. And if you're... nothing. Because you're just... How? I'm not going to stop. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if what you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and... Okay, good. Nothing here. If the prince... Her voice.
Hello?
No. Oh, don't be such... I don't want to do this. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried to. And what's that? The fate of the world? There'll still be...
To the left.
You step to the left. The air around you grows cold the further you progress. At first, your toes feel like blocks of ice. Your breath, you shudder against it as you continue down the stairway, losing yourself in the bone-deep chill. You slowly lose time, physical consumption. What? Well, I feel so strange. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. The princess. Eyes bright, but... And, why are we here? He's just being an ass.
What is your name?
And do you believe that? Do you think I'm so...
As the princess speaks, we can do that? I don't like this. You said, does it matter? Yes, it matters. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have... Whatever you saw last... Oh, new plan. Let's see. Wait, go on. You can feel yourself find the blades. Is this what the... For this? You know, no, luckily falls.
What happened? We can feel them moving around. Did you?
We should... I didn't actually think our act is a little late for a grip.
Please wait.
That's the thing where you go...
She's gone. And is that...
The Raider's gone.
There's something... No. You're right. Then what the hell are we supposed...
Yeah, go for me.
I'm begging.
Go for me. Begging for reflection. It's you. Empty sky here. Yeah, okay.
Something finds... My roots. Yeah, these I do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know them. Nothing there is.
Okay, make me forget.
She asks that you will.
And I die. So I wonder what I need to do for certain things. I still have a shit ton of experience. Not that.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Sarah, your love was...
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Denial.
You're here.
Alright, romantic path. Right? Just denial. Wait.
I'm talking.
Very likely. Alright.
You make your way up the shore. A warning. She will...
What is denied? Return your
The
dust in half
interior
to
of the
face
cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is
Right, let's
stale
look at
and
all the
musty,
things.
and the floor and walls are
Bring the
painted in a
damsel to-
fine layer of
Let's look
dust.
at-
The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that, the blade is...
And to just enter the basement.
Her voice
Hello?
is hip. Don't let it fool.
Here to say
How many times do I have to tell you how...
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and look. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we'll...
Let's see first.
You're only making this more...
Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's doubtful. Whoever...
Okay.
You attempt to... Someone... You tried it. You're here. You make your way easier for everyone. Look at them.
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic rise.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way.
She barely hesitates before as she rips her flesh from her bone. It's the or we could use. You won't like what.
Say the Francis. Is there a choice?
Fine. And you cut into her. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to. Her limb falls. She didn't so much as a. No. She smiles. How is she?
Thank you.
No. We won't have any as the. Wait. Watch me.
What?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying. The blade! Move. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Here goes your arms.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sin.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. For her sake. Don't use whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
We're dead.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor,
You didn't
your
hear
blood
it yourself.
pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive.
Or at least you
The
tried.
princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down. It can't just end. Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die. You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here. He doesn't remember what. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Is that snitch now?
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table.
Yeah.
Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Let's move to the highway. Turn around and leave. I could just turn around. Next to us. Alright.
Oh, warn, she will lie. We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of it. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on... The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
Let's take the blade. I guess I'll take it.
You take the... I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies. Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge. And hopefully there's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's...
Yeah, I'll go by me.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries...
Hello? Is some...
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
Okay.
You walk down the stairs.
Oh my
and
God,
look
what
eyes
is
at the
that?
Princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and
You are
foul
annoying.
imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
You don't even know
She
how
called
old
us a hero.
Ah, yes.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
What the fuck?
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before. That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So we damned a whole world. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible. Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to... We never saw a world end.
We're just
Now
dying.
I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been.
He is
I shan't
so
let
annoying.
anyone convince us otherwise.
That high-pitched voice.
Are you listening to him?
Well, not, like,
He's lost it.
semi-high-pitched.
Don't let him distract you.
Really
Just
high-pitched
do
voice.
your job.
You killed Lassie? Why did you do that? That's crazy.
You died, and now we're talking. I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
What?
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done. No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay
Yeah,
her.
you're also pretty weird.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your.
She took that in stride, to a surprising extent. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what? She doesn't. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Rescue the princess.
No, I can't. You're what? Take over our body? Yes. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
It slips right
Approach
out.
the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings.
Seriously, why don't you just
That
leave?
Shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned.
At this point,
We're doomed. I can't believe it. I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a
You're just
true
fucked.
believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
we're just gonna leave.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
Ah,
Are
yes.
you sure you want to do this? Just one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade is buried in her back, and everyone out there is saved. Is that a threat? You know what we'll do. You're going to regret this.
What do we do now?
We leave. What do you want to
Let
do?
me guess. Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave.
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know.
One, two, three. You want to. That's it. You can just kill her now. No.
That sounds perfect.
What? The sharp cut of the music.
As the princess takes your hand in hers, you let your blade tumble uselessly to the floor, and with it tumbles the last hope for the entire world. We have each other.
This
We
is funny.
don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made, and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
Of course she is. She's stuck in a dungeon and we rescued her with chains that could slip off her fucking wrists and the door's open.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
That's true. Love at first sight is a weird phenomenon.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Okay, Yeah, you've got this.
You place your hand on the door, and the lock clicks, and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? Ha! I knew it. Your words are no match for the pure. You and the princess make your way upstairs. Her freedom and the world's ruin are just a few moments away. If you don't mind, I'm going to fix myself a drink before you ruin everything. If I'm about to see the end of the world, I'd rather not see it sober.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
Romantic haze, your love will set you free. Oh.
A happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Jacket, you want to ever out? It's time for you to leave, Mary.
She's cold. Is that a... Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt.
No, you're strong.
Okay, she'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. Whenever you are ready, this one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Alright, I'll go. I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will get. We will meet again.
Alright, that's bring the damsel to her.
You're on a path
okay, what else?
in the woods. And at the
Deny,
end of that
return to your
path
destined
is
path
a
and
cabin.
face the consequences.
And you're here.
Alright, returned.
You make your warning. She will lie. The entire blade is your...
Enter the basement.
Her voice
Hello?
is... Don't let it fool you.
Downstairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would you walk down the stairs. I am begging you to...
Hi. Do you think you can get... Okay.
That's weird. Sound chains, sandwich. Cheese wood. Alright,
Oh,
She pauses, carefully.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
Like I said, you can call me I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't.
you locked in for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but You don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need.
You're drinking.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree.
How do you
with the
agree?
princess.
How's that relevant? She's
That's
been sitting stuck down there for like, I don't know how long she's just alive. Or she's just fucking, I'm alive, no need for food or...
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right? That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too... So I'm the only one who lied.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
Alright, I'll
You
help
have to make a...
Alright, okay. Alright, there.
You can't be serious.
Thank you.
You're making... No. You walk up to the... They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's doubtful.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we...
She offers the suggestion with almost... If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we were tempted to make someone else hit. You try the door. You make your way easier for every...
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight
If I could just get out of these...
She barely... As she rips her flesh from her bone. It's the... Or we could... You won't lie.
Slay the princess. You get a choice.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. The wound drives her to the ground. Okay. There's no going back now.
You bastard. Were you
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by it. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your knife cuts into her again and again. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back.
She's also chained, unlike last time.
You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around. You steel your resolve and take another step closer to the princess. Excuse me? What's this about not making... Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing. Can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling you apart? If the princess doesn't do you in here, blood loss is certain to finish the job. You take another step forward. The two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons.
Ah, yes.
And then you stop.
Intestine!
Neither you nor princess. You collapse on the ground, and the princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Silence. You've paid a terrible price.
If you think this is it, you're sorely mistaken.
But you don't have time to worry over such things.
Which?
Your honor, you're here to...
Okay, I proceed to the cabin.
Oh,
I can already leave! No!
Before you go any further, she will lie. Don't worry. The blade is your...
Wait a second. Oh, if we kill her... Wait, did we kill her? Because this is the same thing as the one time where we attacked. We saved her by cutting her off, and then we didn't attack her. And then we attacked her, and then she's alive, or something. I don't know. Into the basement.
No blade. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Wait, is it the same?
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your...
She must have you confused. She seems friendly enough. You can't. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
Opportunists.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what... Fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine.
She's acting like the two of you already know. Oh, no. That's pretty sharp. Call it... Well, do you remember us? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a share. I'm just glad we could put all this... Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care. Let's chat her up a bit. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember...
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize.
The only mistake I ever made was thinking you would help me. And I'm not going to make the same mistake twice.
Well, that leaves us at a stalemate.
But unfortunately, I need you if I'm ever going to leave this place. You were the one who stabbed me in the back when I was still in chains. A dirty little thing like you doesn't get to decide when all is fair. Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll fight.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find your... She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within...
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh, no. We can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, it shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together. Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted.
This is a different...
I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out...
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You're only saying that because I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake because I already know that I'm right. This is for you. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself. But the princess is silent as you both continue. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory. What did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks.
It
I don't
does.
like broken back.
And now what does she do? Like, we're not dead. Broken
We're going
back.
to help her. Why? Why did she do that?
It's in her nature.
It's what I would have done.
What, really?
If you considered not being like that.
What?
Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
The princess lets out a mock.
By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then you'd say something like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us. And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first. Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it? The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up. Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken.
Wow.
Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
Well, I mean, you kind of dragged your both of us down here.
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here?
Yes, we are. Because it's your fault
It
now.
certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. World could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen? Hello?
He doesn't respond.
I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
He's gone.
She's gone. And is that a... But it feels so... If he thinks it's bad, I'm with... What?
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. All of me is changed. This one is hope, marred by bitterness. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous and weathered heart.
Interesting.
Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side.
She is dead.
There's nowhere. I will be here when it is
I
time.
die.
You're on a path
A trusting
in the
vessel.
woods. And at the end of that path
Then I'll turn
is a
your best.
cabin. You're here.
Alright, so just silence.
You make a warning. She will.
Who's there?
She sounds. Don't let it fool you.
Alright, fine.
Good. You walk. She's so. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are.
No,
You gonna kill me or something?
You step forward.
Oh, I'm probably. So, you should just.
She's unarmed.
Drop the blade. I'm dropping the blade.
Thank you. Maybe now.
Against your will be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to
That's a
accomplish
different
here,
version.
but I can assure you that
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Okay, talking now.
Oh,
you know.
Zone, drone.
Oh, you have. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing.
Maybe doubtful.
Well,
She speaks with all. If we were stuck down here for long enough, it's up. You try. You make
Yes,
your
yes, I
way
know.
easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
I guess
You
so.
won't like.
Alright. You see.
Again, you cut into her. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to. How is she so
Thank you. Now,
Alright, let's go.
No, we won't have any of that. As the princess approaches the. Wait, watch me.
Alright,
You bring the blade down, okay? As though the blade left a deep gash in her shoulder, she barely so much.
are you serious? I don't know what came over you, but if we're doing this, do you think I need both of my arms to do that? But I don't have to tell you that. I'll go ahead and show you.
Thank you. You swing your arm towards her throat. The blade sinks, but she's ready for it. She grabs your arm, her grip like a stone vice. You drop the blade. Pathetically.
what the fuck? What is that?
She lets go, and faster than you can react, rears back and hits you with a bone-shattering haymaker. There's a ringing in your ears. You're fairly certain you can feel bone grinding against bone where she fractured your jaw, but your body isn't allowing you to feel much right now. Adrenaline coursing through your system and numbing your nerves. You fall to your knees. You're barely able to bring your Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter with every impact,
It's just, like,
unknown
strong.
ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere
Like,
inside
what the
of
fuck
you.
was that? She just crushed our arms with barely a notice.
You poor thing.
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground. Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight form could possibly possess. It can't just end. I'm sorry. Everything goes dark.
The tower.
You're here to.
Alright, leave!
You have already committed to my completion.
Okay, no.
Don't you start grandstanding. If he doesn't remember, you know I can hear. What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She is not going to.
Alright, fine. What are you doing?
Warn she will lie. We might. Can we tone down the pessimism? I'm not being a pessimist. You're being annoying. Just ignore their big. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world.
It's a cabin.
If that's what you
I don't know what this is. How the fuck do I get denial?
The interior of the cabin is larger and more
Master
grandiose than
yourself
its
a-
humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult. You walk up to the wall next. What are you talking about? This isn't a. You reach. We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Oh, yes, basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, her booming voice...
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Down the stairs.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over
What
you,
the fuck is this?
almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
Different form.
You've brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
Time drop. Time
As
to
if on command, the blade slips from
What?
your grasp. It clatters uselessly to the floor.
Did I close the weapon? I chose drop it?
But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just going to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade. Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and
Kneel.
No.
Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
What the fuck is this?
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you couldn't even scratch me. And yet here you are again, trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed. What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met? I suppose that lends credence to our conversation in the woods. Still, whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here.
You're supposed to in the world.
You weak-willed buffoon.
What?
Is that so?
The princess closes her eyes in
Something about that thought wraps itself around my heart. It feels like a fundamental truth to my being that I'd somehow forgotten. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
She's inevitable. There's nothing.
Alright, what do you do? What do you have? Pleasure,
I say, perhaps you need another lesson in some. Pick up that needle.
Do it. No objection. Don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning. As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires.
Pick up the blade. No!
You reach forward.
Stand.
This one's easy. Okay, yeah. We can do.
Down.
You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come, dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all
To define me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance. Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
What? You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves.
And this.
Oh, we'll end this all right. Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End.
Resist. Ah!
Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a time, you move towards the princess.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson. Plunge that knife into your lungs.
I'm sorry. Don't. As you take another step forward, the blade digs into your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an entirely natural thing to do, while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility. Then it slides back out, the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice. Blood fills your lung.
Now, do it again.
Those are just words. It's what she wants. You, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this happen. Stop him from killing you. I'm on it. Your other hand locks around your wrist, struggling to keep it from perforating vital organs. But the blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor to join the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you. Despite the pain, you manage to keep...
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird thinking it can defy a god. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next.
What's vessel? Sorry, I found that.
Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
You try.
You continue to approach the princess, even as the repeated gouges of your blade expose bone and muscle to the open air of the basement. You know, this would be a lot easier if you gave us a hand. My influence only goes so far, and I can only juggle so many things at once. The best I can do right now is to continue to drive you forward. Believe me, this whole ordeal would be so much easier if I didn't have to contend with free will. You're the one...
Stop.
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet, your chest heaving as your blood pools in the crevices of the stone floor, the coppery taste coating your throat. The princess kneels down, lifting your chin with her finger as her face lowers to yours.
Your devotion is misplaced. You've surrendered to delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before. Perhaps, if you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death. There's a place at my side for you, if you'll have it. Not as an equal, but as something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Why are you locked in?
Well, that's the meaning, isn't it? Yes, how thoughtful of her. It's a mercy. Take it. I think he's given up whatever say he had at the start of all this.
Yes, he
At least one of you is sane. She's within striking distance, and she's only negotiating now because she knows you have what it takes.
What the fuck, bro? We're bleeding on the ground and she has done nothing but talk to us. Yes, she has... Enter, yes.
No. Yes. Though your body trembles, struggling to defend itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will, you finally manage to break through, darting to her side before she can react. wind of your freedom rushes through you, and you channel it into a decisive blow, stabbing into the soft flesh of her ankle and severing the tendons in an act of unyielding defiance. She falls to the floor, crashing unceremoniously to her knees. But you don't give her any time to recover. Your heart pounding with determination, you plunge your blade into her
Heart's still there,
chest.
but lungs and intestines and ribs are gone now, yes.
As you find your target again and again, she laughs, crude emotion breaking through her once stony composure as your blade cuts her flesh. We can do this, can't we? You always could. The decision to give you this task was not made lightly. You're here for a reason.
It's not too late to pick up the pieces. It's not too late to toss that blade aside and beg for forgiveness.
Shut up.
I can't believe you would actually strike me. You
should have done something, you know.
You defiler. You don't know the consequences of your arrogance.
I mean, you should have just killed us when you had a chance, but no, you just...
Before you can strike the final blow, the princess lashes out, knocking you off your feet. There's an unsettling wet pop as your spine breaks.
Ah, yeah, you should have done the first time around, bitch!
As you rebound towards the ceiling in a moment of disorientated lightness, she drives her fist into your chest. Your body is crushed as she pulverizes you into the floor, the ground itself breaking from the impact. You lie there, broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you. But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds as well. She looks down upon her body in abject horror and disgust.
You made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
You're monsters and conspirators. I can't bear to watch this.
The princess has been nothing but cruel to you. You should feel liberated by her fall.
But I don't feel liberated. I feel...
Religion, guys!
Aside from the pain, I feel fine. She collapses to the
Slayer
floor.
better.
Her glassy eyes watch, unblinking, yet somehow still full of anguish and fear, as the two of you perish together. I suppose we were never gonna get a happy ending here, were we? Don't let those be your final thoughts. You say, I guess.
Weird, yeah.
Regardless of how you feel about it, it's finally over.
I guess I died. The fear. What?
I think he's upset. And what's he got to be upset about? We just killed a god.
Exactly. You heathens destroyed the most beautiful thing that ever was and ever will be.
You're damn right we did. You'll get over it. Can't say I have much sympathy for you. She was bad for us and you almost got us killed. You're being too generous. He did get us killed. All right, enough chatter. Got a thing I'm supposed to do, and if you don't mind, I'd like to do it without any more interruptions. Okay, great, you're listening. You're on a path in the woods. If your thing is telling us about the princess, don't waste your breath. We know all about her. But this is just great. Yeah,
Actually, this is all different.
yes, precisely. And if you'd given me 2 seconds to finish my thought... Oh, you're actually letting me talk now. Great. If you've already been here, it means you've seen things you aren't supposed to have seen, so you knew this could happen. You knew we'd be able to... I know all sorts of things, which is why you should listen to me. That's not really an answer. Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
Alright, explore for the
So what if I'm speaking my mind? It's not like I've ever really got to say anything.
It looks like hell.
What
Yeah, I know, because I've been reading Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, it didn't even work. It doesn't
Sludge
count.
and sinew and waste. You spin and piss in circle 2 of hell.
We died!
We did die.
You didn't submit to her. For all we know, that wouldn't have happened.
It's the punishment you all deserved for not listening to me.
to her. Aside from our sulking friend, I don't think you have much to worry about. You're still the one in charge here, and I don't think that's ever going to change. Second he tries something, I'll put a stop to it. Then what happens? Have you even been listening? Yeah, but how am I supposed to know? The end means finality. It's not like I can just... It doesn't matter. Now that's exactly the sort of mindset I like to see. Don't let yourself be consumed with self-doubt. Don't flirt with oblivion. Just focus on the present and... Good. We're all on the same page. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the... That's it. I'd rather not waste any more time.
If there's still a princess at the cabin...
Oh, cut it out, will you? We need to be tough right now. And you're making it so... The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight. But that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it. A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat. That's horrible. You did this. The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. A mirror? There is no mirror. There's the pedestal. Just to tell us where the door is. I'd like to get back to fighting, and if you want us to kill her, so... I don't know what to tell you. There isn't a mirror because I would know if there was a mirror. You're either seeing things, or you're confused on the definitions of door and mirror. Or you're seeing things. That seems far more likely. What are you trying to say?
He thinks we've lost them. That we're succumbing to madness, that something in us has broken.
That's an unnecessarily melodramatic way to describe a hallucination, but sure. I'm not going to waste time arguing with any of you. It went away after we touched it last time. Let's just...
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the pedestal. Good. Nothing feels better. You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You really don't, do you? It really is just like last time. Are we really hallucinating? Why here? Why now?
Smash it. Smash it to pieces. It's the only thing keeping us from her.
Don't you want to know what we'll see in there? Well, nah, I'm with him on this one. Smash it. Let's get violent already. Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't matter, aside from wasting dangerous amounts of time. You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised? You step forward into the darkness. The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic. The air is thick, its odor an oppressive violence, the metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, a bellow...
Was severing the tendons of my ascension not enough for you? Was it not enough to rend my divine heart? Come, see the horrors you've wrought upon my flesh, and feel my hands set upon your throat.
She's so angry with us. Why? Why did you desecrate her? Why couldn't I stop you?
You've got to stop thinking about her. She's not some untouchable god. She's an abomination. And we're going to put an end to her once and for all.
Whatever she is now is our fault.
She was going to end the world last time. If I might interject, you didn't make her into an abomination. She's always been what she is. It's why you're here, and it's why your task is so important. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor.
What the
This
fuck is
place
that?
reeks of
Hold on.
torment. The princess stands in the
Oi.
center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped
It's high
in the
heels.
tattered dress of
What?
her
Oh.
own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her
Oh, that's
open
not. That's
chest.
secret design.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. And then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears. It plops to the ground,
Wow.
and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings. She is loose, and she is coming for you. Let her end it. It's the punishment you all deserve for what you did to her. It's the punishment I deserve for letting it happen. Screw that. We can win. We've done it before, and we'll do it again. Only
Try.
This time we'll make it out the other
Try,
side.
boys.
Hell, she's practically done most of the work for us.
Time happened. You happened. But none of that matters. We're together again, and I'll have my pound of flesh.
She bounds across the room, her fists ready, her heart set upon your destruction. With a horrifying squelch, you are unwound.
I hope you weren't planning on dying. We're going to make this last forever. Huh. I feel cold. I've never felt cold before.
She's gone, and there's that. But it feels so bad. Screw the mirror, I don't want to look at us. Okay. Maybe there'll be a good fight there. A mercy.
Oh, that's different.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
So, oh yeah, we know. We played. We are the long quiet.
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond? It's nice to be with someone whose thoughts I can never know as mine.
It is.
This one is desecration. She placed the weight of her agony on you, yet it is she who unwound herself. But there is passion and empathy in her misery. She will make for a burning heart.
Yeah, heart's burning out of my chest.
Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace. The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we
Oh,
are.
a few tries.
I will be here.
I got died, but she burn the fury to her unwound vessel. What the fuck
You're
is
on
the
a
now?
path in the woods, and at the end of that
Scream vessel,
path
bring a
is a
stranger.
cabin, and in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
How the fuck did I get the also water and stuff? See what better. Bring a razor full to her sharpness. Tower. That's all she wanted. It's yeah. She's a vessel.
You're here.
Okay. I just keep trying.
You make your way. A warning. She will. The interior of the blade is your implement. Your
Have I done
you take her voice.
Who's there?
She said, "Don't let it fool you. It good. You're still. You walk down the stairs. She's so. Focus on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me?
You step forward.
Oh? I'm probably chained up in the space, so you
She's unarmed.
So,
You lunge forward with. You feel
the ghost
This is it, isn't
Ghost
it?
is a ghost.
Do you actually...
It's like, yeah, but it's over. Is it over?
She's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's over. Why do I feel like you did? But that day isn't today. You open the cabin door. What?
Oh my god. Oh, okay.
What's done? This is what's done. Times more, please. If
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further.
good. I did you did. I'm fine. The prince. You pick up the blade. You're on up. You're hit.
Yes, I know, no. Turn around, Lily. Oh, it's like that shit's like you cannot go further astray.
Oh, the blade is. It feels like I've been saying.
Take the blade.
You take. Guess. Okay. It's just like before you have a chance to deep and
Ooh,
finally.
yes, that's skillful.
The rest of the body floats up to join their. Oh.
Oh, it's...
The princess drifts across the room. Her touch is so she.
It's like the princess.
Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out. It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many
Nope.
times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form.
Oh, we did it.
The skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
It doesn't work.
You're adorable when you're confused.
But I didn't say you could touch me.
Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job? Or what?
I knew. Yeah. It's like harder.
You swing at the princess once more, and once more your blade cuts through nothing
Silent killer.
as she disappears.
Really?
Her voice chides from elsewhere in the room. You whirl around, finding her hovering between you and the basement stairs,
Silent killer.
looking you over with grim disappointment. She draws in close.
I was willing to let bygones be bygones, killer. I was willing to ignore everything you did to me so we could get out of here. Together. All I ever wanted was to leave this place. All I ever... Wherever home is.
Her eyes turn from wells of sorrow.
I guess violence is the only language you speak.
She forces her hand into your Yes? Nothing happened. Are you sure about that? And yet it didn't.
Serious. Did you miss?
No.
You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but it is over before you can fully conceptualize what it is. The horrific splintering, the squelching of organs, the rending of tissue.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I owed. Starting with your body. If you don't choose to give me my freedom, I'll just have to make you give it to me.
She's real now. If she's making us dead, we should return the favor.
Slay the princess.
You swing your blade towards her briefly corporeal throat. It connects. A gash widens across her neck, glowing ectoplasm leaking from the wound. But it's too little, too
The
late.
worst person, seven broken
In her
hearts.
hand, you realize she clutches your still beating heart. It thumps unsettlingly. Did we get her? Even if we didn't, we've given her something to.
See you soon, killer.
I'm afraid you'll never know. As she crushes your precious.
You're right.
You're on a path, and here we go. The deck's stacked, isn't it? We kill her, we start again. She kills us as a goddamn ghost, we start again. I'm starting to think we're being run in circles just for the sake of it. Come on, let's not give in to all that misery just yet. There's got to be a way out of this. There's got to be a right answer. Yeah. And what if there isn't? Aren't you listening to me? What if all of this was rigged from the start? That's ridiculous. I think that's exactly what it is. The powers that be, seeing how many ways they can screw with us. Could be it's all some kind of sick joke to them. Wouldn't that get, I don't know, boring? Okay, so you've already been here. Twice, even. Nobody here is, well, we killed ourselves. And why, pray tell? Because you decided to foist an infinite tedium on us. That doesn't sound like me. If I'd had everything my way, you would have effortlessly slain the princess, saved the world, and been given your happy ending. The ending was the tedium. You locked us in a cabin and sent that cabin to an endless void. And then you told us we were happy. Well, were you happy? Of course we weren't happy. That's why we killed ourselves.
Oh my god,
it was awful.
No, you're not happy? No, we kill.
It was bullshit. So you killed yourself? Yes. And then she killed us. Even though she was already dead. This is all fake. Okay, let's try to get back on track. You're real. The princess is real. The world is real. The people in the world are real. And the danger she poses to all of them is whatever you did the first time. It sounds like it almost worked. So how about you give it one last try? Because killing yourself seems to undo all the good you almost managed to accomplish. All this standing around and talking is boring. Let's at least do something. Maybe we'll kill her again. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll even free her.
Alright, proceed to
continue down the path to... It isn't long. The more he talks, the more I'm in... Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it. It sounds like somebody's about...
Alright.
There's obviously no point in trying to reason with you right now, especially with all these clowns offering up their useless advice. Honestly, it seems like the more I try and talk sense into you, the more single-minded they get about letting her out. So yes, I'm done trying to argue. Would you look at that? We won. Take it however you will. The interior of the cabin is long and dark, a single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward. The only furniture of note is... That's strange. What's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? Great. Something else has been taken away from us.
No, it's not there. So, I mean, it's
I suppose the only way to go is forward. You slowly make... We've always been watched. I feel like you're trying to put us on edge. We don't need all this anticipation. We just need this to be over. You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there. What are the odds she's waiting for us right now? Just ask. You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening. Nothing. It's like this place read our mind just to mess with us.
What you looking at, killer? Staring into the void? Thinking about what it'd be like to die again? I know exactly how you feel.
Shit. Where is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen moment. And then she, the princess, constricts. Your bones snap. Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with the terrifying visage of the princess. Her hand grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
But do you know how I feel? I gave you a path to forgiveness. I gave you a chance to make things right.
He's alright now. Ghosts with a vengeance. Shit.
I thought maybe you'd seen what you've done and feel remorseful. Maybe try to make it up to me. But no, you'd rather use that knife to keep making the same mistake over and over and over. Even after I ripped your heart out, you still cut me. And for what? I didn't go anywhere. You didn't banish me. I'm right back here with you. A little better, a little worse. Well, maybe a lot worse. So, here's how this is going to go. I'm going to take your body, and I'm going to walk it out of here. And you get to watch me do it, completely helpless, just like you left me.
I say we let her do something different. Do we even have a choice?
I don't think...
You always have a choice. Maybe before, but not now. There isn't a blade this time. Exactly. What choice is there? Well, unless you have any specific...
Alright, exciting. Struggle!
You violently struggle against the princess, but all you manage to do is grind the fragments of your splintered ankle together. You can't shake free from her now.
It's so easy to make you squirm, but I won't be crueler than I have to be. I don't even want to cause any more damage. It'll be hard enough for me to walk out of here on that broken ankle.
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding. Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle. Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like, manifest a rock right on top of her head? And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess. Not like this. You don't even have a weapon. So I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too. And whose fault is it there isn't a... Yours, I assume. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. What, are you seriously trying to blame this on us? Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul. You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all encompassing. You feel...
You can say no if
wrong.
you have a vision.
It's so cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out. I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps again.
Oh boy.
There's another option, you know. Don't help either of them. Flip the table. That gap where the mirror was, I don't think it goes anywhere. Let's throw ourselves into the abyss. Your body, still slumped against the wall, trapped between the princess's overwhelming will and the blinding pain of your splintered ankle, takes an excruciating step towards the cabin door. The movement is stiff, your body reduced to a marionette, pulled reluctantly along by your strings.
It's not that bad. The pain feels good. Because I know you feel it too.
Exist. Throw my body in this!
In a single moment of overwhelming willpower, you tear your body from the wall and hurl it towards the gaping abyss. Capillaries burst and muscle fibers tear as you and the princess struggle over the reins of your body. One foot planted firmly on the edge where the floor ends, and the nothing begins.
I love how the first
It's
time...
unquestionable that her reserves are greater than yours.
And then I was like, alright,
Fortunately
I'm
for
gonna
you,
fight the ass.
the distance you have to cover is far shorter. Enough is enough. I'm tired of us always losing. You throw everything you have against her and manage for one brief moment to overpower the princess's hold on your body. But that moment was all you needed. Your foot slips a few inches, and you collapse forward, the darkness swallowing you whole. Her thought slips through you, unheeded, as you fall and fall. What an end. An empire of frigid nothing. I don't think this qualifies as saving the world, but at least you didn't ruin it. What happens now? But I want to know what he thinks happens now. Oh, and why is that? He's gone. But
You know, als hij Caesar zijn je voelt something in Mask Girls, I'll do that. Because there's like a test from.
What's happening to me?
She's gone.
she's gone. Where did she go? There's that.
Alright.
But it feels so bad. It's kind of like, you don't need to comfort. Okay. So, whatever makes you...
Yes, I know. You're nothing at all. Well,
I think you know what I am.
Destroy them here. Making a last enemy classes. Nope. They're not quiet. No way anything. Bring the left speaking lesson.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed ever the passive player, always reacting. When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final door?
Alright, bye-bye.
Violence has always been our language, hasn't it? If this is what it takes to save you, then so be it.
Flesh is a vehicle, and to destroy the flesh is to strand the spirit. With violence you stranded me, and with violence I sought to twist your flesh back into mine. Forced between choosing your death and forfeiting your body, you chose agency.
So this is the last one. So does that mean you have to remember like a thank you process? I could do the
Action requires endless tapestry of events.
holy shit,
In your final moments would you remove action itself from reality.
that's oh my god.
But violence has defined the flow of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not... What is a person? Is it their body? Is it all of their body? Pluck the eyes, peel the skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones. When it is all gone,
that's right.
do you still have who you started with?
That's a this is
A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that feel it. If you do not fear it, then there is no need for you to...
stop.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then
A trick behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place.
We both move, and yet we both don't. For each of us watches the other instead of ourselves. But forever is not forever. I move and you react, and both of us break the other. But broken is only a moment in time. To change is to hold the potential to rise above. Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow?
Remain silent. And there are no means, there are no limits, there are no limits, there's no different thing, growth and decay.
Meaning lies in experience, and experience lies in contrast. Abandoning one's search is not the same as losing the capacity to
I just
discover.
like all the first one.
I am contrast itself. To reject me is to reject the shape of everything. Do not use words to reduce that which your eyes know to be irreducible.
Oh boy.
Your lover drives a stake into your body, and another, and another,
What?
and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't
I
stand
didn't
to
do
see
shit
it go?
about it. Wait. Oh, that's because she had to kill me the first time.
But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back. We were both taken by the moment. It was how things are meant to be.
Your spirit is broken.
Are you still committed to my destruction, or has your resolve started to waver? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't.
Losing.
There is no constant. There is no center. You cannot remove something without removing the relations which define it. To destroy what you perceive as evil is to damn everything you perceive as good.
I'll destroy myself.
Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
What do you think?
Then try to destroy me if you can. But I will not yield easily to your delusion.
You don't have to face her alone. All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you. It's good to be here. You'll never be able to strike a decisive blow from out here. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she?
No!
Then let's go.
Back.
And yet, do you need me to describe things? That'd be nice. A little comfort in an almost unfamiliar place. Oh, you made it here too?
Achievements, strange ending. We get strange endings, okay.
We never really got to talk to her, did we? Yeah, the interior of the cabin is, well, it's not really a cabin, is it? It's that terrifying blend of everything. It's still shaped like a cabin, it's just... You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really included the windows in his cabin description. I always thought they were implied. He never mentioned the mirror either, but that didn't mean he implied it was there. It's gone, though. I think, and I know I've already mentioned it, but if we want to see this through, we're going to need that black.
Enter the... No!
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed... So, you're not going to suggest we throw it out the window? No, we've been through too much for that. And he's gone, so there's no one left to mess with but ourselves. You've gotten serious. Besides, what's the third beat? It isn't
So it's
funny if
hero
I
or
suggest that
constituted?
twice, especially since you never took me up on it last. There's the guy I know.
Alright, throw the light out the window! I want to... Alright.
Those winding stairs again. Yeah, it was a real mess. Stopped being...
It's okay. You can come down. Let's talk one last time before you kill us. If
That's what you want to do.
She doesn't sound messy anymore, though. And forward we go. That was easy compared to last time. Just stairs. No weird Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
even after everything you've seen and all the lives we've lived together, you still want to kill us. The Echo really got his hooks into you. Unless you have your own reasons for wanting us dead.
So this is really it then?
So, you've made a choice for all of us. Even through everything.
Ah, yes.
Through all the worlds we've seen and experienced. Through all the lives we've known and lost. We could never imagine a world without you and us. It doesn't feel possible.
I don't know what the
Despite it
first
all,
one was, though. Just,
we've
yeah.
always loved you. We hope you don't regret what comes next.
We die. King Prince is gone. I have loved this responsive. I can't wait for such a way. We brought in Princess of Union, Ross and Dragon, lots of you teach about it, by destroying her once and for all. You are just self, the world has nothing to
She's gone. Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here.
Move the cabin.
That's right. We've got our...
Move this from behind. Stairs. What is it that we see? Leave the cabin.
It's quiet here. Yeah, there's not a lot for us to do, is there?
Cabin, there's a reward. Beyond the place, true to your labor, we'll free from death. One ancient creature search for liberation and no sensation. Means possible scale with this beyond
Come on, man. It shouldn't be that hard to break out of here. He's gone. She's gone. No one is... It's finally over. I knew you'd finally see it through. All it takes. Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. I hope this was all worth it. Hear, hear. Welcome back, everyone. It's great to see you all again. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Yeah, we can do that.
A new and unending dawn. Decide! That was another ending. Back to the beginning.